نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. قال الله تبارك وتعالى: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وكونوا مع الصادقين. صدق الله العظيم. مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم. Most respected elders and friends, Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala tells us in the Quran Kareem, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu attaqullah. O you who believe, inculcate Allah consciousness in you. Fear Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. Control your nafs and your desires, and be with the truthful ones. Yesterday we discussed one effective way of reforming oneself. That is to adopt the company of the pious people. In the commentary of the verse of the Quran Kareem, Ittaqullah wa kunu ma'as sadiqeen, fear Allah, create Allah consciousness in you, control your nafs and your desires. Allama Alusi Rahmatullah alayhi states, Khalituhum litakunu mislahum. Interact with the pious people, stay in their company, so that you would become just like them. When a person interacts with pious people, he will observe their ideology, their thinking, their philosophy, their character and their conduct, and that will have an effect on the individual. When a bee sits on a flower, it stays in the company of the flower. It adopts the sohbat of the flower. Then the effect of the flower, the smell, the color, the taste, it comes in the honey of that bee. The quality of the honey is the effect of the sohbat. The quality of the honey is the effect of the companionship of the bee with the flower. When we adopt the company of the pious people, the color of the pious people, the sweetness of the iman, the color of the iman will also come into us. When a hen sits on its eggs for 21 days, it is the effect of that sohbat. It is the effect of that companionship, the warmth of the hen sitting on the eggs that makes the eggs hatch and it becomes chickens. Many of us, we have great potential. We are like eggs, but we require some attention of some pious person. We require the warmth of some pious person. We require the focus and the attention of some pious person to hatch the hidden potential within us, so that we could come into some spiritual life. Remember, never underestimate the hidden potential of any individual. The person may be a drug addict. The person may be a womanizer. The person may be a fraudster. But within that person, there is some great hidden potential in him. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam reported to have mentioned, "An-nasu ma'adin ka-ma'adini al-dhahabi wal-fiddah." People are like mines, like the mines of gold and silver. Surely, there must be an expert that detected the gold that is underground. He did not focus on the mud and the sand on the top. He did not focus on the stones and the rocks on the top. He overlooked the huge rocks, he overlooked the dirt, and he went down. He dug deep into the ground until he found the gold that was hidden underground. There may be many people who outwardly feel like rocks. There may be many people who outwardly may feel like dirt. You may be a drug addict. You may be feeling useless. You may be a womanizer and you're feeling helpless to control your nafs and desire. You may be a fraudster and you feel dirty within yourself. But within all that, there is a gold that is hidden within you. Go to an expert. Go to a pious person who would dig deep into you and unearth that gold that is within you. The best result of interaction with pious people is that you would become just like them. You would become a naked pious person. You would become a wali of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. But if that is not achieved, then just being in the company of the pious people, at least you'll have the honor of association with them. That association with pious people, that alone has virtue in it. See, Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala speaks about the Ashab-e-Kahf, those youngsters who in the midst of kufr and shirk, they were concerned about the iman, they took refuge in a cave. Then Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala speaks about how they were inside the cave, and in front of the cave there was a dog. وَكَلْبُهُمْ بَاسِطٌ ذِرَاعِيهِ بِالْوَسْوِيدِ. There was a dog that was seated in front of the cave. A dog is impure. But that dog which was in the company of those pious people, they were very, very pious. The dog is impure. The dog had the company of the pious people. It was that honor of that association that Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala referred to the dog in the Quran Kareem. It was that honor of that association. We associate ourselves with the pious people. We may not become pious, but that association itself is not void of any benefit. Furthermore, when a person is in the company of pious people, inshallah, ultimately he will reach his journey, and his journey will be the journey of the pious people as well. In order to explain this, an example may be appropriate. In India, in the trains, you get the first class coach and you get the third class coach. So there was a debate between the first class coach and the third class coach. The first class coach told to the third class coach, "Now I'm more superior than you. See, I have soft seats, there's air conditioner in me, and the price of sitting in me is much more expensive than the price for sitting in you. So I'm more superior than you." The third class told to the first class, "What you're saying is true. My seats are harder than your seats are softer. I don't have air condition. People feel very, very hot when they sit in me. And the price they pay for to sit in me is much more cheaper than the price offered to sit in you. Indeed, you are more superior than me. But there is one common factor between you and I. My coach, I'm in the third class, but I'm linked up to you. I'm in the same train. You in the first class, I'm in the third class. And your journey is to Delhi because I'm linked up to you. When you reach Delhi, because I'm linked up to you, I will also reach my destination. I will also reach Delhi." In the same way, we may not be pious like the pious people, but just be in the company of the pious people. Link ourselves with the pious people. Inshallah, whatever is their journey, what is their destination, inshallah, we will also reach our destination by being in association, being in company of the sulaha and the pious people. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us this dua: "Allahumma inni as'aluka hubbak wa hubba man yuhibbuk." Oh Allah, I ask of you your love, your muhabbat. When we got the love and the muhabbat of Allah, then that is the best thing a person can have. That peace, that serenity, that contentment you get with the ta'alluq with Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, your best friend, your best association, Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. That enjoyment you get from that, there's no other enjoyment in the world than that. You can't trust any love in the world the only love you can trust is the love of Almighty Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala. Then the dua, وَحُبَّ مَن يُحِبُّكَ. Allah, I ask you the love of those people that love you. Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayhi, great jurist, he mentioned one poem. أحب الصالحين ولست منهم أحب الصالحين ولست منهم لعل الله يرزقني صلاحا. I love the pious people. Oh Allah, I love the pious people. I am not among them. This Imam Abu Hanifa told out of his humility and humbleness. I love the pious people. I'm not among them, but because I love them, maybe Allah will create the ability of taqwa, piety, and salah in me. May Allah tabarak wa ta'ala make us among the sulaha, the naked, and the pious people. Wa akhiru da'wana, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.